Hey, so today I want to talk about a tool called Dash that can allow you to quickly search through documentation to find answers to coding problems you're trying to solve. So here's a website here, and it says what it is. It's a documentation browser, API documentation browser, and code snippet manager. So what you can do with it is you can have offline access to over 100 different documentation websites. And you can also create your own code snippets that you can search through and find for specific problems you're trying to solve. So I'll pull up mine here. So as you can see, I have a lot of different pieces of documentation here. And so to illustrate better of why I think it's such a great tool, say for example, you're looking for how to do a JavaScript array, something simple I'll search for. So I would say JavaScript array, and it will pull up all these different websites, these different sources where I can find information to that. If I use Dash, so to access your different documentation sites that you have here, you would use your little shortcut that will go to each documentation. So for JavaScript, mine is just JS:. So now it gives me direct access to the documentation for JavaScript. And if I want to search for array, I'd say array, and then it pulls it up instantly. And even better, if I wanted to actually use this code that I'm seeing here, I can just copy it and bam, instantly use it. So let's illustrate this further by doing a little example. So let's say we want to create a button that when we click on it, it logs click to the console. And let's say we want to use something to help us create this button, make it look pretty. So I could use Bootstrap, for example. So I'll go to my Bootstrap documentation, and now I'll type in button, and bam, I'm instantly here in the section where they have buttons. And so let's say I want to use the primary. So I'll find that little snippet, copy it, and then let's see where we're going to use this, where we're going to code this at. Let's use CodePen. So I'm just creating a little pen here. We need to load in Bootstrap library, so let's do that too. Use Bootstrap 3 will be fine. And then let's just paste a little snippet we just got. And there you go. There's your button. So again, what we'll want to do is log into the console. I'm going to pull that up here too, because obviously we need that. So we want to be able to click on this button and see the clicked here in this console. So we're going to need some JavaScript here to wire up to this button. So let's go back to Dash again, and now we're going to access our JavaScript documentation. All right, so we want to use like a click event, so I'm going to look for onClick. So here it is here, and whenever I search through documentation, I like to go directly to an example because I'm more visual. And then if I need to go back and search more details about the description and all that syntax, then I can do it like that. So I'm just going to search for this example. So let's see, they got a script here, they have a function, and then element. Looks like they grab this ID foo, and then when you click on it, on click, then we're going to run show alert. And with a show alert, that's a function here, takes an event and alerts on click event detected. Okay, so I'm actually not going to copy this snippet directly, but I am going to use this to get me started. So let's go ahead and create a function that's going to produce the result we want. So we want function, and let's call it log event. And this is going to simply be console log clicks. So now we need to wire this code up to this button, so when we click it, it works. So we're going to use the onClick that we saw. So we're going to say onClick. And we're going to put that function in here that we just created. So log event. Okay. And now let's test it out. And there it is. It says click when we click on that button. All right, cool. So let's say we want to do something else. Going back to these array examples here, and let's use Jazz Fiddle for this example. So let's say we want to create an array. Put some data in there, and I want to log that array out. And I can use a classic for loop, but I equals 0, and I less than equal to my array dot length, and then I plus plus, and then I would say console dot log I. Open up console and run that. All right, cool, that works, but let's say we want to use a cleaner, shorter syntax to achieve the same thing. So there's this method called map in JavaScript, and let's say you don't quite remember the syntax to it, so you go back here and search for it. So I can say .map, and here it is, and here's an example here. So let's see, we have a variable called numbers in this array with some numbers in it, and then create another variable called doubles, and it is a numbers.map, and has a callback function, takes each item and return that item times 2. So essentially we get this, which would be 1 times 2 is 2, 5 times 2 is 10, etc. So let's use this. So I'm going to copy this, but I'm going to change it to meet my needs. So let's say we'll say my array.map, and set of x will say item, and we're going to console.log each item, and then we'll run that, and that will give me 1 through 4, same thing. And if I want to make this even cleaner using ES6 syntax, and I would take out the function keyword, take this away, create an arrow function, and do it like that, and it's even faster. All right, so yeah, this tool allows you to really search through documentation a lot faster and find things that you're looking for in easier ways, and you can copy the code directly from here and just paste it into your editor or IDE and use it however you need. So you can download it here, and I think you can download it and try it out for, I want to say 30 days, but don't quote me on that. And then if you want to actually purchase it, so it's not a free tool to use, unfortunately, but if you want to purchase it outright, it's $24.99. And also too, it's only available for Mac OS and for iOS. So sorry if you're a Windows user, but yeah, I think you should definitely try it out. I think it's a really great tool. It's helped me out a lot. It's helped me get more familiar with using documentation because, starting out, I find it very hard to navigate through documentation websites, and some documentation websites is just not documented that well. Just the way they lay things out, it's hard to find what you need. But yeah, using this tool Dash is a way that helped me increase my coding speed, so I'm not spending so much time searching for stuff compared to spending my time actually coding out. So yeah, definitely give it a try, and hopefully it'll be a tool that's useful for you as it has been for me. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.